Welcome to ECNTRADE Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only, and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. Well, overnight, the US dollar index, which measures the greenback strength against a basket of 6 major currencies, took another challenge to the upside, but it was more of a stab price action that rejects that level around 94.40.50, which was the previous objective. Now, we do need to see a close above there to support a further case to the upside for the US dollar. As the trend holds, we could see a close that would produce a rise up towards 94.30.40. This, on the flip side, would see the euro dollar plummet lower, even though it did and is holding on its weaker side and getting closer to the objective, which holds around 113.5. With the technical still in play, that is to a bearish case, the RSI and the MACD, and then a trending ADX to the bear case on a weekly. And then if we look to the shorter term, there is enough room to see the market decline. Keep an eye, there's a little bit of bullish divergence here, but nevertheless, the resistance still holds around 116.10, and then above there around 116.60.65. But I feel if we get a break of 115.45, then we may see further weakness down to 115 to about, and then little support until 113.50.80, where I outlined that weekly view. The Australian dollar took a challenge to the downside overnight, hit the level of 72.25 and rejected it. However, a little bit of weakness coming back into the afternoon session has put the focus still on that bottom side of the range around 72.25, after the top side still, after many attempts, struggling to get through that 72.80.90 level. Coming up though is tomorrow on Friday is the non-farm payrolls numbers, which may give us some insight into the possible path of the US Fed monetary policy, with the forecast, that is, for a growth of 490,000 jobs. And with the forecast of expecting to see a pullback in the unemployment by a tick, that is the rate falling from 5.2 to 5.1. The dollar yen also displays between a long-legged doji or a spinning top. Nevertheless, indecisiveness was seen as the market approached that top side of the range, which is somewhere between 111.85 to 112.40.45, which is seen as major. In light of the pattern, I would do anticipate that the RSI is leading to a somewhat weaker play and may see another decline and look towards 111.15 with the support in the short term at 110.45. The pound was a little bit whippier and still holding to a somewhat negative stance as it looks towards the support level of 135.55. A break beneath there would give further scope down to 134.75 and then 134.15.25, which was the recently seen lows. Moving on to CAD yen, the market seals struggling around this level of 88.70. In light of the pattern, let's keep an eye on the RSI as it can progress further to the downside from that recent rejection. Very whippy, and let's see if the market can hold, which I do anticipate should around that 88.70 and look down towards 88.35. Gold a little bit weaker and whipsawed overnight, but nevertheless closes pretty much flat. But the RSI is still holding to a somewhat negative stance, and therefore could see a move down towards 1,750. Now, if we see a close underneath the level around 1,748.50, that is, then it would put a bearish sentiment and weaken the bullish foundations and look towards the bottom side of the range, somewhere around 1,740 to 1,733. And the base holding at 1,721. Wrapping up with oil, well, we rejected finally the top side after the market eventually found the overbought conditions were getting too extreme and post the bearish outside range day or an engulfing candle. Now we do need to see confirmation to this candle, and a close under 76.40 would initiate a further slide and look towards a potential target around 74.30 to 50, about where these peak and troughs are. in light of the pattern, and it's quite a large candle, I feel that we could see this emerging because the market may be a little bit long since this trend has been going for some time, and maybe see a little bit of profit taking coming back into play. Well, that wraps it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday report, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day.